Okay, welcome to a class today on comparisons. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail with small, smaller, the smallest, boring, more boring, the most boring. And that's because there's so much information about this particular grammar. It's fairly straightforward. I think I can explain it in a few seconds. If you've got a one-syllable word, add ER, a one-syllable adjective, and you want to make a comparative, you add ER to small one-syllable words, yeah? Bigger, smaller, harder, faster, stronger. All of these words are one syllable, we add ER, and we say the biggest, the smallest, the strongest, the fastest to make a superlative. However, if it's a long word, 2 syllables is considered long, like boring. Then we add more and the most to make the comparative and the superlative. Yeah, something, this book is more boring than, and don't forget this word than, it's a very important conjunction or preposition. We'll see that in a second. But yeah, more boring, the most boring. That's how we make it with 2-syllable words. However, there's 2-syllable words that end in a Y. You just add IER, happy, happy, happier, the happiest. Funny, funnier, the funniest. Yeah, so some words, 2 syllables that end in a Y do get formed like that. But being honest, some people say more happy, the most happy, more funny, the most funny. And so both are possible with the Y ending. With other 2-syllable words, this is the pattern that you'll see most often. But sometimes you'll hear the cleverest, yeah, instead of the most clever. Sometimes you'll hear, what was the other one that I thought of the other day? There was one. The most common or the commonest. I think you hear both sometimes, but they are the exceptions, guys. And so generally speaking, follow the rule of 1 syllable or 2 syllables ending in a Y, ER, EST, and do note the definite article is always the before a superlative. It's never a. Yeah, it's never a before a superlative, and it's never nothing. Well, in informal English, you might hear which one's cheapest, yeah, and not which one's the cheapest. But that doesn't mean that you should use that in your essays. That's informal English, and formally, there ought to be a the there. So please put that the in for all superlatives. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. And in my experience, most students have already done this. In my experience, most very young students, I have some students who are only 12, 13, 14, and they're all from Russia, all of the young ones that I teach at the moment. And